Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday morning real estate marketing show with Ruthie Rocks Ruth Allbrand, and I am Marketing Max. And today we have a special new guest, Mrs. Loni Reed, right from Driggs Title here. She's the marketing rep here in town with Driggs Title, and she's going to come on the show, talk about some of the tools and techniques that she's using to help real estate agents close more business here in Las Vegas. But before we get to Loni, Ruth, what is happening in the real estate market?
Oh, there's so much. Hold on. Let me, I'm going to put you all in the lobby just so everybody knows what we're doing. And then I will bring on the stats. Let's see here. Here we go. Got lots of stats today. Lots of things to talk about in this market. It's so different. Okay, here we are. Loni, I'm going to hide your name there. Okay. So I am so excited to tell everybody that we listed 194 homes yesterday, which is, so there's almost twice as many as we've been listing. And so what that means is we have 21 and a half days of inventory, which is wonderful. We closed 188 homes yesterday, and we put 108 under contract. So that is what the formula uses to determine the number of days of inventory, which is 21 and a half. And this month, June month to date, we have closed 3,688 homes, which is an average of 148 homes a day, including Saturdays and Sundays. And last year we were way down at 89. Of course, we were in the midst of the pandemic, or in the beginning of the pandemic, I should say. And you can see on the chart that the median priced home last year was $347,000. This year, already it is $385,000. So if you bought a home last year, and the median price of $385,000, you probably today have earned over almost $40,000 in equity already in just 1 year, which is amazing. But that's why we have so many people now finally that are selling, because if you can see on the chart in the lower right-hand corner, depending on when you bought your home, and you see how the median price going down the column has increased over time. If you bought your home in 2011, median price 120, if you can believe that. It's now you've got 265,000 in gained equity. So that's why you have so many people right now selling their homes. They had a lot of time in the house to think about, whether they wanted to buy a new home or what they wanted to do. And they're coming out now of the woodwork selling their homes. So we're real excited about that, because we do need the inventory, because we keep having people move here, which is a wonderful thing. And the prices are so low. The interest rates, are so low. So the payments are low. And I have a little chart on the bottom that says for every $100,000 that you buy in a home, your principal and interest at the current rates will be $441. So if you buy a home for $300,000, you take 3 times, or if you buy for the median price of $385,000, you take 3.85 times 441, and your payment is $1,697 principal and interest. And right now that's probably cheaper than rent, because the rents have gone up as prices have gone up as well. So we like to tell people, buy the payment, because that payment won't change for 30 years. Rents change all the time. And interest rates go up, prices go up. So you're buying at a perfect storm time here in Vegas, is what my opinion is. And then if you see in the upper, close to the upper right-hand corner, the $1 million homes are flying off the market this year. And we have sold 761 homes over $1 million just in the first 6 months of this year. Last year, all 12 months, we only sold 618 homes. So we have really increased. And I want to bring up another chart that I have to show y'all. Let's see, let me put myself down here again. No. These are homes that are over 10 million, and there's 13 of them. And you can see a 10 million, 11 million, 12 million, 13 million, 16 million, 18 million. And of course, the Shenandoah estate for 27 million. That was Mr. Las Vegas's home. And I don't know who, somebody bought it and did a lot of retrofitting to it and so on and so forth. It has a heliport and so many things. But anyway, that home is the highest one. But then you've got that one for 18 million that's got 14,000 square feet. Now, I don't know what you do in 14,000 square feet. Probably have a lot of kids. A lot of guests. Exactly. Yeah. So these are of the 400 and let's see, we have 430 available homes over $1 million. These are the ones that are over 10 million. So most of them are down in the other price range. So let me get back here, put you all back here. Takes a minute. And then I want to talk a little bit about last night. Here is Sisolak. Sisolak was at the opening of the Resorts World. And wow, I mean, I'm not one that goes to places where there's a lot of people. Ever. I mean, I don't go to concerts. I do go to Golden Knights games. But that's about it for me. But anyway, the place was just, look at this, a sea of people.
Oh my
Unbelievable. Gosh. Unbelievable. People came to open, there's people waiting at the door. And there's 3 hotels there. They've got the Conrad Hilton, they've got the Hilton, and they've got Crocs, I believe it is, Croc Resorts. And so there's 3 different styles of rooms and service there. So this is last night. Just the strip was buzzing, and it's so great to see all of that. I was reading in the paper this week that in May, I think we had 3.8 million people come through McCarran Airport. Oh, wow. And pre-pandemic, May of 2019, there were 4.6 million. And they were saying, oh, we're down. Well, we ain't down that much.
Not much at all.
No, we're coming back. I say Vegas is alive. And this is, yeah. And you can see this big screen on the side of the resorts. So they had someone in a lounge singing. Is it Paris Hilton? Is that her name, Paris?
Yes. That is her.
I think
Paris
she
Hilton
was the entertainment at one of the lounges. And then they projected her on that big screen. So when you're going down the strip, you can see her. If you look in today's Review Journal, there was a video showing that. It's but I can't capture the video because of copyright. Yeah. So I can't show it. So anyway, yeah, I mean, it's so exciting what's going on in this town. It's just amazing, you know.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I was down at the strip yesterday too, having dinner, and it is hustling, bustling down there.
Busy.
It's busy. So it's nice to see everybody getting back out here.
Yes.
I think we're going to benefit really a lot from the non-international travel too. So, normal people who would be going internationally some places are coming to Vegas.
Yes.
So
yes, that is so cool. That is so cool.
So fantastic. So, all right.
Yeah. And I just wanted to say one other thing, and then I'll let y'all go. So for the first time, we had the Nevada Regional Housing Authority held a home buyer resource expo for first-time home buyers. And I think that is just an excellent program for people to, especially with the interest rates and all the other stuff that's going on with rentals, people should really go and buy homes.
Who said who's hosting that?
The Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for first-time home buyers. So I think that's really cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Is.
Yeah. It's a good place to hang out if you're a realtor too.
Right.
Sure.
Exactly right. Yeah, right. All right. Good let's get to our guests. Loni here. So before we always bring a guest on, the first thing we ask is just a little bit of background from where you're from. Are you a transplant here in Las Vegas? Are you a native? Just give us a little bit of background and your history.
You bet. Hi, everyone. I'm Loni Reed. I moved here 4 years ago next month, actually, from the Phoenix area. I lived in Peoria, Arizona, and I was down there for about 16 years. I moved there from Cleveland. And my husband and I relocated here because he's in sales himself. So when I was in Arizona, I sold real estate from 2004 through 17. And I used Driggs Title Agency primarily for my title company. And so when I moved to Las Vegas, I had reached out to Adam Driggs, our owner, and asked him if he needed any marketing reps. here up in Las Vegas. So hence how I became a marketing rep here. I did do some marketing down in Arizona for about 3 years, and I found being a real estate agent helped me as a marketing rep, helped me differentiate me from other reps. So when I moved here, I did get licensed in the state of Nevada, sheerly just to educate myself on the platforms that LVR has to help agents here. So I have 2 sons. One is a fighter pilot in the Air Force, and my other son just graduated high school and is going to ASU. So very proud and happy for both of them.
Oh, fantastic. Go Sun Devils.
Yes, right. Yeah. Yep. My oldest son went there too. So absolutely.
Right.
So, yep. So then I joined Driggs Title here in Las Vegas in August of 17.
Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, I mean, that's great that you're have previous real estate experience, because that will probably help you understand the struggles of the real estate side, right? And so,
Yes, it does.
Coming from the real estate side, one of the questions I always ask from an outsider here is, what makes you choose one title company over the other to help you to close a deal?
Quite honestly, as a real estate agent, I mean, it's all about relationships. We all build relationships and build our teams based upon that. Title companies have great tools and products. Driggs Title is a technology company. We have some things that I'll share with you that are different from the other companies out there. Adam Driggs is always thinking outside the box. And we are a smaller company. We have under 350 employees, 25 locations in Phoenix and 7 locations here in Las Vegas and 1 in Mesquite. And our motto is, if you're working, we're working. We're not 9 to 5, obviously. We're here for you all the time. And it's that relationship. I equate it to a football team because I love football. And so I always say to people, I'm not here to ruin your relationships with other people. You have your starting quarterback, which may be ABC title. I'm asking to be your backup quarterback. And I want to earn that starting position and prove to you what I can do to help you. And it's a journey. It's not a one-time visit. I'm going to meet with an agent and we think that everything is set. It's multiple visits that we're cultivating and adding to their book of marketing on what to do. I need to help them fill their toolbox so that they have the proper tool to get a client into a home. And that's my job.
Okay. So why did you choose Driggs Title when you were a real estate agent?
I loved Driggs because of the fact that it was a smaller company. And if anything arose that we needed to get an answer on a higher level, we could get to that higher level with just picking up the phone and calling Adam Driggs, our owner. And here in Las Vegas, our state manager is Kyle Wallace, and Kyle is an attorney. So a great benefit that agents have out in our community here is if you have a situation going with a deal that you need legal counsel and advice, your client does, you can pick up the phone and give me a call or the escrow officer, and we'll get you in touch with Kyle to give you that advice that you need and guidance. And that's not a charge to the agent or to the client. It's just a service that Driggs provides. And I had someone call me yesterday, in fact, and it was a great help for them. So I always stress that to agents that is there. Even if your escrow is somewhere else and you have a question, call on us. We want to be your partner.
No, that's great. That's a service that I know it doesn't come up too often. But
we hope not.
But when it does, it becomes a big issue.
Absolutely.
For agents.
Absolutely. And some of the other things that make us unique and set us apart that we've recently done, we just launched a concierge service at closing. And currently we're doing this concierge service at our Green Valley location off of Green Valley Parkway in the 215. And the next concierge service we're opening is at our Sunset office on Sunset in Durango. So what does that mean for an agent? So agent opens escrow with Driggs. Within a day or so, our concierge that we have at Green Valley, if it's opened at our Green Valley office, she works full time. She will reach out to the agent with an email congratulating them on their escrow and inviting them to come to the closing. And what we do is showcase that agent as a red carpet experience. The concierge makes a video loop of the agent. We'll go out on social media, find reviews and whatnot. So when they come in our office for that signing on our big screen TVs, we have 3 of them at Green Valley, will be this video about the agent and about who they are and the rock star that they are and their clients. And they'll come into our signing room and our concierge will greet them. And we have special beverages and snacks for them. They have, we have a big bowl of fortune cookies. So the client chooses a fortune cookie. And within that fortune is a message about good luck for their home. So we have a little celebration before they sign their documents. Then they go into our concierge room, which we had built. And within the concierge room is a green wall. So the agent with their clients can stand in front of this green wall with the just sold sign, the key, whatnot. And we take pictures as if they're standing in front of their home. So they're not out in the heat or nothing. So it's fun. We're doing it inside the comfort of our office. And we also have a really cool wall that's a Instagram wall with a couch. We have Instagram hashtags. So we take all these pictures, make it a fun event. The client then with their fortune cookie, they get a gift that matches what that fortune is. Either a candle for light, salt, or honey. And there's a little saying and message that goes with that. And the concierge will take that video loop and those photos and post it out on social media on behalf of the agent and also send all that information to the agent. And I have to say the feedback we have gotten from agents and their clients has been outstanding.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Showcasing that agent.
Right.
You know, the client already knows they picked the best, and we're showing them even more how they picked the best.
Right. And then you're providing a tool and a place for them to do all the, testimonials right then and there. The client's more inclined to do that, and they don't have to travel anywhere. And in the summer heat, you don't want to be outside doing this right now. So,
right. Exactly. And Driggs right now is in the process too. And hopefully within the next month or two, we're getting a moving truck that we will have available for clients to reserve for their or for agents to reserve for their clients.
Wow.
For the move locally. And it will not cost the agent anything, nor will it cost the client anything. To have this truck there, it's going to be like a 17-foot truck. But again, when an agent goes to, let's say, a listing presentation, one of the things they can add to it is, hey, I can help provide you with the moving truck on closing day.
Right.
And it's about the agent providing that, not about Driggs' title. We're not looking for any accolades on this. It's the agent, focusing on the agent and setting them apart from their peers. And so really, really excited to get that. We do have that service down in Arizona. We have several trucks and it's amazing.
So Loni, can I ask you a question about that?
Sure. Yes.
So John took a listing yesterday, yay. And the people want to not take all their furniture from Las Vegas to Florida. So they asked us if we had some way of moving the furniture to like a consignment or something like that. Could we do that?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And like I said, Ruth, we're in the process of purchasing our first truck, which will have more. We tried to do it a couple of years ago here. And the challenge that we had was when I moved here 4 years ago, Driggs had 2 locations and you have to get approval from the property management to park a truck there. And we couldn't do that. Now we have 7 locations, so we have a lot more availability and we have gotten approval. So now we're going to purchase it. So if we have it, absolutely. The client or whoever reserves the truck will just have to show proof of insurance, their driver's license, and then bring the vehicle back filled with gas. And that's it. So we're really excited about that because that'll be really a benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is thinking, you're absolutely right. This is thinking one step above and beyond here of what the title company will involve.
And prior to the pandemic, we did a lot of realtor tours. We had a big bus that came and we would go and put 10, 12 agents on it and go preview their listings and give them feedback through an app that Adam Driggs created. So we'd give feedback on price, curb appeal, paint, landscaping. So that agent had that data to take back to the seller. If they were having issues maybe with price, we need to lower it or we need to clean up this room. Well, now in today's market, you're lucky you can get it on and it stays on the day, So we had to adjust that model as well. We have a Mercedes Sprinter van that we have here in Las Vegas that they've reconfigured the inside. So it's like a U shape. We can put 10 agents in it. And now we use it for availability, let's say for Ruth, for her brokerage. If she wanted to take 10 agents and spend a morning going looking at a couple new builds, different builders, to show the agents what's out there, again, to educate them, to have that tool in their toolbox. Because, you know, you guys, I've had people say to me, why would you take me, Loni, to a new build? You're not going to get the escrow because they have the title company. But my comeback is, my job is to help the agent fill their toolbox, to put people in homes. And if that helps them get someone under contract, then I've done my job. And hopefully down the line, we can work together, you know. But that tour van is available, again, for anybody that we can put 10 agents on it. We can go do luxury homes, as Ruth was talking about, how many are out there. Or we could go to high rises and do something like that. I just need about 2 weeks notice to get the driver set, and we'll go out and have some fun.
Oh, fantastic. No, this is really great. You know, this is innovative, kind of, you know, next level thinking, which is nice because, you know, title's title for the most part, like the actual escrow title function is all the same everywhere.
Absolutely. And, you know, and I don't say this because I work at Driggs, but every single one of our escrow officers is top notch. I mean, they're amazing. These men and women give everything 7 days a week. Ashley Watson, one of the escrow officers that I worked with, just about a month ago, she closed a cash deal, no HOA now, in less than 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
And this purchaser was referred to me by a broker here in Las Vegas. And he said to me, this gentleman owns thousands of homes and he's never experienced the service he has that he got from Driggs Title. And he's from Florida. And, you know, hats off to Ashley. I call Ashley my fighter pilot of escrow officers. Good.
No, that's great. The idea of having a concierge service set up there is fantastic. Because we were at a restaurant yesterday, and you know, when groups go out and friends see each other, we always like to take a picture or whatever, selfie.
Yes.
And I'm surprised like restaurants and venues don't have just a designated area where it's set up so that you can take a picture with good lighting, with a good background, with everything.
Absolutely.
Right. Because all they're doing is promoting their store because we're taking a picture, you know, or their business at their business.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's great for the agents because now the agents are using that and posting it on social media as a part of their service that they can offer. So, you know, we're making this a lot of fun all the way through to the end because it should be, you know. And if their clients want something special, they wanted a bottle of special wine or a cake or whatnot, we can make that happen, you know, and help the agent, you know, have that work for their clients.
No, this is fantastic. This is great. So, Driggs has always been, I mean, their marketing has always been about like, you know, they're a technology company, you know, at forefront. So tell us a little bit, some of the other features or kind of tools, you know, that are helping clients, especially in this new world. Well, not even new anymore. We've been talking about for the last 6 years.
Yeah, right.
This world of marketing that's changed in real estate.
We have a great third-party carrier that we use for our farming. And we've seen a huge upswing in marketing materials going out, postcards. Prior to the pandemic, not so much. I didn't have a lot of agents requesting it because farming, if you're going to do postcards, you got to stick with it. It's not a 1 month thing or 3 month thing. You got to be in it for the long haul. 9 months, I always say minimum. Recently, in the last 6 to 9 months, even to the last year, agents' feedback to me has been tremendous. They're getting replies on sending out postcards on their first run or second run, getting listings, getting calls. But the important thing about it is it's the message that's on the card.
Right.
We don't want to send out a card that says just sold. Okay, we all know it just sold or just listed. What does that consumer not know? I mean, they know that we're short on homes. But a lot of them don't understand that some homeowners are getting tens of thousands over the list price. And we've incorporated some type of message like that some homeowners are, and are you that next homeowner? So it's piquing the curiosity of that homeowner to reach out to that agent. And even to do a farm in an area, some agents will say, I want to do 300 properties I want to send out cards to around this address. Well, let's take it a little bit further, that farm, because if you send out 300 cards, maybe 30 of them just moved into that neighborhood. They're not going to sell. So let's adjust your farm kit to maybe people that have lived there for 5 years, that have 25 or 35% equity in their home. Let's find that group of people and farm them. And Driggs has a whole design team. So we will help you design the postcards, assist you with that. We have partnered with a printer here in Las Vegas where they will do the mail merge, take the address and put it on the card, print the card, put the postage, everything, and out the door it goes. So the agent doesn't have to pick the cards up from our title company and put postage on or anything. We want it simple, easy, and streamlined.
Oh, fantastic! Because that's one of the struggles that I mean, all business owners are, is like they know what they need to do, but they don't want to get into the details and the minutia of getting it done. So I mean, this is great.
Exactly. And I have two teammates on my team, Sue-Ann and Stephanie, and these ladies do the really important stuff behind the scenes. So when I'm out in the field meeting with people, say you email me in the morning because you want to do a farm kit, they're working on your farm right then and there because they're in front of their computer all day, versus me, if I don't get to it till 5 o'clock, we've lost a whole day. We don't want that to happen. So they're on it, and you probably will have a proof before I even get to my computer. So we've streamlined our process to make it faster and more efficient.
Oh, fantastic.
For the agent. And like I said, the postcards have been huge. They really have been. It's been amazing on that. We also have a app that's called the Driggs Profile app that agents can put on their phones, which will allow an agent to pull a property profile anywhere in the country even. And sometimes, I've had people say, why would I need that? You'll be surprised at how often that comes into play, where people want to know, hey, does so-and-so own this home in California or Montana? And I can pull that property profile, or an agent can, by name, APN number, map, address, or simply there's a button that says camera view. You just snap a picture of the house. It does not have to have the address in it. It pulls it via GPS, and it'll give you a full property profile. Who owns the property, bedroom, square footage, when it's sold. Perfect example, we sponsored a golf outing, and a investor called the escrow officer I was with and wanted to know the dates he purchased his rentals because he was with his CPA. And the escrow officer's first answer was, I'll call you when I get back to my desk. And I'm like, no, wait, let me put his name in here and pull it up. And bingo, we had the answer right then and there.
So that's an app.
Yes, it's a Driggs Profile app. And anybody that is listening that would want it, you're welcome to give me a call, and we'll set you up on it because you need a username and password for it. So, yep, we can do that. So that's a really neat feature to do. It also gives you comps in the area. Obviously, I always tell agents, use your comps from the MLS here because they're current, live, to date. But when I was in Key West a couple months ago, I was being snoopy and taking pictures, and it was nice to see the comps in the area. It also shows you who the neighbors are in the area. You can get a plat map off this app as well. So there's lots of ways that it can be utilized and functionable.
Oh, I'm just looking at for investors here who are trying to find home owners. If you're driving by a house right now and you think you want to, maybe look to buy it, you can look up exactly who owns it right then and there instead of, having to write down the address or go to the county website.
And we do, through our third-party carrier, have the availability to pull farm kits of distressed properties. They have a system within their program called Hidden Treasures. So they are able to really dig deep and get us things that a lot of other title companies can't get. We can also do skip tracing. You see a distressed property, we know the address, the owner's name. We want the phone number for that person. So we can do skip tracing to try to locate that owner so that they can call on them. So it's really neat and exciting. And Adam also created an app called our Powerful Agent app. And this app gives agents live, up-to-date information on their escrows with us. So if you open escrow with us, you can look in your app and see every document that the escrow officer has. The addendums, the HOAs, the preliminary title report, the whole contract, everything is in there. earnest money receipt. So if you misplace it or you're trying to send your paperwork to your broker at midnight, you don't have to wait to talk to the escrow officer. You can go in your app and pull it and send it right from there. And then it stores it in the app once the file closes for eternity. When I was selling, I used to go into the app at the beginning of the year and look at who closed the prior year and send them the settlement statement again for their taxes. It was just a nice way to touch.
Yeah, this is great.
So,
well, why would anyone use anyone else other than Loni here at Driggs Title?
It's got a lot, hence the term powerful agent, because it's got the calculators in there. It's got a sign writer report that if you get one of our sign writers, it'll put in there all the people that have inquired about your property. So if somebody inquires about a listing with our sign writer on it, that agent gets a text message immediately with that phone number. It's just, I mean, I can go on for hours on this stuff. I get very excited about it because I'm very passionate about it, because I know the things, the tools and products and the systems Driggs has in place work, because I use them as an agent myself.
Right.
So you know, excuse me, Max. You know, we teach 100 Days to Greatness with Brian Buffini, and Brian Buffini is all about farming. And if anybody out there is listening and you don't have a farm, you need to get a farm.
Yes.
Those are qualified prospects. Those aren't leads. Those are qualified prospects. And if you can send them a postcard for the next 9 months, you will definitely get business. I know you will.
Yep.
I mean, we've proven it with the Brian Buffini 100 Days to Greatness. My husband's been doing that for years. And we do it to all our property owners because we have a property management company. They get a card, you know, every month from us. And Loni, I think one of the things about your postcard system was the price. The price, I mean, you can't do it for cheaper than you doing it.
Yes, and that's true. With Driggs Title, we can do it as well and print the cards ourselves and charge the agents, you know, to stay in compliance with RESPA. But then the agent's putting postage on it. So they're putting a 36 cents, I think it's 36 cents on a 4x6 card. Whereas when we use our partner here in Las Vegas, the postcard cost is a little bit more, but because you're doing over 200 postcards, they get the postage rate lower. Yeah. So in essence, it may be a few dollars more going through the printer here, but it is so reasonable. And you right. The agent, aren't spending that time driving to the office, putting the postage right. and going to the post office. Right. You've got other things to do, prospect. Right. And, you know, like I always tell people, let people know what you do. You know, when one of the tips I tell agents when I was selling, I didn't sit in my house and do my admin stuff and my emails and whatnot, because who was going to come to my house and ring my doorbell and say they want to buy a home or sell a home? I went out and sat 3 days a week at a place similar to a Starbucks, same time every day. The same people kept coming in. And on the back of my computer lid, I bought a sticker from Etsy that said, "I'm a real estate agent, ask me a question." So people that came in there every day saw me and knew I sold real estate. Yeah. And I got business from doing that.
Of course, of course. And you always smile because that adds to your face value.
Yes. You gotta be happy. You gotta be happy and having fun. If we can't have fun doing this, you know, why are we doing it, right? And I like to have fun.
So I'm curious about these postcards right now that we're on the topic here. I mean, and people are watching and the agents are watching. It's like, what is the cost? Like, say, for instance, I do want to, one, with your experience, and Ruth, you can chime into this, is like, what is the ideal number, right, of postcards to send out in a farm? And then what are the costs that they can anticipate? Roundabout, you don't have to be very specific, but just, I mean, to give people an idea.
As far as the ideal number, you can ask 5 agents and 5 agents will give you different answers. So that's kind of a hard question, in my opinion. A lot of the agents to manage it are doing 250 to 300 so that they can walk that farm if they want to as well, get out in that community and meet people. 4x6 postcards through the printer with the postage, 250 is running about $220. Approximately, and it might be about $50 or $60 less if they do some of the legwork, meaning coming pick them up from our office, putting the postage on, etc. So, you know, really your return on your investment is very, very good.
Very good. I mean, for $220.
Another thing that worked very well for me as far as marketing goes is When I would work with a buyer and get them in a house, I'd let them get settled for a month or two, and then we would do a welcome to the neighborhood party for them. Myself as the agent, the lender, the landscaper, the pool company, we'd all put in about $200, but we'd get a food truck and we'd have some games for the kids in the neighborhood. So now the neighbors are coming to meet their new neighbor, and you, the agent, are meeting all these people, and it's a success. It's a great way to get out there. And then your clients even, again, showcasing what you can do for them to go outside the box. That's the biggest thing. Ruth and I talk about that a lot. Think and be different outside the box. What makes you different from that next agent?
Exactly right. In a world of marketing, you don't have to be better. You just have to be different.
And you have to do
that well.
And yeah, right. And you got to follow up to do it, but to get the attention of people and get that initial step in the door here. I mean, sometimes being different, is something that stands out to people. So no, this is great.
And Loni, I always suggest to agents, let's say they start out with the $220 price tag. Then as soon as they start seeing some results and making some money, because I know it's a tough business to get started in, is then get a farm in a different price range.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that you are in 2 or 3 price ranges. I think that's, the best strategy. Key. Yeah,
absolutely. That's a great point, Ruth, and I agree with you completely.
And a lot of the reason is because when you're doing that and you become familiar with these neighborhoods and somebody wants to sell a house and move up, well, you may have a neighborhood where they can move up into on a house you may have listed in another, and that happens.
Absolutely.
Not every day, but any angle you can play.
It does. And, at Driggs Title Agency, I'm very big too about having the agents meet the escrow officer, sit down with them, discuss escrow, especially newer agents. They're not familiar with what is a preliminary title report, what is escrow, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. So after they meet with me, then we go and we do another visit with the escrow officer and sit down because we want them to feel comfortable. And I always say, no question is a silly question. Right. You're learning as you go along the way, and we want to be your partner and help you through it. And it's so imperative that people understand that it's not just a 1 or 2 visit. This is a relationship, and we want to be there with you every step of the way. Because as the market changes, we need to adapt and change too on what we're doing.
Yeah.
In our business.
Right.
No, absolutely.
And walking neighborhoods, somebody said to me, "Oh God, that sounds like dirty work." And I says, "Hey, if you do the dirty work, you'll be filthy rich."
Yeah. I love it.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Ruth. I'm surprised you haven't dropped that bit of knowledge and that saying here in the show in the almost 4 years that we've been here.
Right? No, but like I said, Driggs Title Agency, we think outside the box. The best thing I can ever do is go to Adam Driggs with an agent that has come to me and say, I need this, because Adam's going to figure out a way to create it.
Yeah.
He loves to do that. He loves us to bring ideas to him, and he's always thinking differently. And we've got down in Phoenix right now, he bought several Teslas that he had wrapped with Driggs logo on it. And our couriers are just starting to drive those, but they're all equipped with printers inside too. So if things need to be printed while they're driving around the valley down there, they could do it. I mean, he's just always going above and beyond.
Oh,
and, that's what we want to do. But the bottom line, it comes down to customer service and expectations. And I'm always asking agents after closings, how did it go? What did we miss? Did we miss something? What can we do better? Because we want to do that, because everybody as an agent has different expectations.
Yes.
And we need to meet those. And hence, in our Powerful Agent app that I was talking about earlier that has the calculators and whatnot in it, there's a field in there that says My Expectations that the agent can tap on, and they can put in there what their expectations are. I want to be contacted by email. I want to come to my signings. I want updates weekly.
Right.
My client will be out of town. And every time the escrow officer opens that agent's file, that box pops up on her screen or his screen that says what that agent's expectations are, to make sure that we, keep it all straight with everybody.
Yeah. You guys are keeping a very centric, real estate agent centric type of system
Yes.
and process. And that's very great. So, you have a unique perspective, being a title agent here or working for a title company and being a marketing rep for the last 4 years. So share with us, have you spotted maybe one or two or maybe three things that you've seen, some of the top producers, the agents that consistently close business, that do well, what are one or two things that you've noticed that they do just consistently?
They're out in the eyes of the public. I see them at events. I see them on social media, and they're constantly talking and educating. But they're also outside of real estate showing the human factor of who they are too as people. People want to know that we're real as well. And I see that a lot. And it's the same thing for me. I try to attend different types of events and different things. And I've been asked, where does most of your clients come from? And it doesn't come from one area. It comes from being at different events and developing those relationships and the trust. And that's the same thing with agents, being out there and being seen and being known and the knowledge that they have.
Okay. And then from a marketing perspective, have you seen something consistent that some of these top agents, other than like outside of just being out and about and being seen? And
the social media platforms, obviously, and Ruth's fantastic with that. So agents, if they're not part of what she's doing, should be talking with her and getting involved in that, because that's huge. And again, just speaking on, postcards right now are huge. They've made a comeback from the feedback I'm getting from agents on it.
Right.
So again, it's adapting to what the conditions are in the market. In 2 years, that may be different again.
Yeah. No, fantastic.
And for some agents, some things work for them. Some agents do very well doing cold calls and calling. Other agents, no go. It's just, it's the niche that they find that fits for them.
Fantastic. Well, good. One note on the postcard things. I've lived in my old house in my neighborhood for 5 years. Not one real estate agent was consistent for more than maybe 2 months at the most, which is surprising.
Frustrated.
Right.
They get frustrated, and you have to be in it, for the long haul, because otherwise, it's not going to work. And so that's what I tell people. Right. But there's other ways. If you're involved in activities within the community, or when my boys were young, they were in sports, and that's a huge platform of people to make sure know that you sell real estate. Yeah. And they knew, and from what time my kids were 6 years old growing up, pretty much the same kids followed each other year after year. So that's where a lot of my business came from, was just being out there, again, being seen, talking, and sharing.
Right. It's just surprising to me, like, these methods and strategies aren't brand new. They've been around for probably decades now, right? But a couple of things I don't see in my neighborhood is I don't see consistent postcards from the same person. I don't see anyone walking my neighborhood as a real estate agent, right? And they're using, and part of the trouble about social media now, this is the advantage for people who are thinking outside the box and actually want to be, marketing, is the social media platforms make people a little bit, they go on there and they're in groups and stuff like that. And they think that, just by posting and it's great. You need to do that 100%. But I think, we're shifting more to people trying to get connected, especially coming out of this pandemic here.
Absolutely.
If you're in front of people, shaking hands, looking people in the eyes, right? I mean, there's going to be some value there.
Huge. I worked with an agent in Phoenix, and every year, like around November, December, he would do a little booklet. And he would give it to every home in the community. And he had events planned for the following year. New Year's party in the park. He had Valentine's Day crafts for the kids. Right. And different things, Easter egg hunts, all this stuff. And they knew him. And they knew him as the man that organized this, and he got business from it. And one day he called me and he said, Loni, he goes, they're calling me because the trash service hasn't been picked up. Republic West or whatever it was wasn't coming. And I said, that's a good thing. They look at you as like the mayor of the community, and they're coming to you. But he did those things on a consistent basis and was seen and cared about his community.
Yeah, some agents do a handyman service book that they send out every year, for plumbers and just electricians. Yeah. and they
Yes.
update it all the time. And they get normally the people, the handyman and the electrician and the landscaper and the pool guy
Yep.
contribute something to the
Yep.
production of it.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's another great. And then
A
people
great
will call you.
resource.
I didn't get my book this year.
It's true. It's true. It's
And you
true.
put the date on it, like January 2021. So then they're
Yes.
looking at it. Now it's January 2022, and they're like, "Oh, call Ruth. I didn't get my book."
Right. You're absolutely right. So it's
Yeah.
the consistency, and there's business out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to go
To
out
do
there and
it.
let people know that there's some
Right.
people, I always tell them they're not going to come knocking on your door
Right.
and
So
ask
I just had an idea. I mean, if you're a real estate agent and you live in your neighborhood, you should do like 3 or 4 block parties and be
Yes.
the organizer.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Moving forward here.
Absolutely.
Because
I
once you
couldn't
build
agree
that brand,
more.
you want to be the mayor of your neighborhood. Because then
You know,
everybody
Max, it's amazing, but there's so many agents that are afraid of people and they're afraid of failure. And so they don't do these things because they might fail and then they do nothing.
and they
Yes.
do nothing.
Yes.
No.
I mean, I've had agents that rent the Baskin Robbins truck and they have it in their community and do an ice cream social in the afternoons. And it's huge. Things like that. The Wetzel pretzel truck, you can rent that here too and stuff. So there's a lot of different ways you could be creative. Again, it's thinking outside the box.
Right.
Be a little bit different than everybody else.
Right.
But, even when you do your open houses, do some other different fun things at them. We're here to help support people with their open houses as well.
Have a taco truck, have a snow cone truck.
Yes,
have something outside that house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it works.
Always remember the human element. I mean, that's, in the marketing.
Key. That is the key. Absolutely.
Yeah, we do business with people who we like, trust, and know, like, and trust is what Ruth says, but
true.
But
That's
then we
powerful.
got to build a connection in some way, and it can't just be about real estate.
Absolutely. You got to show the human element. And that, as I was mentioning before, the people I've seen successful aren't just talking about real estate. They're talking about different things. Like Ruth, I'll see pictures with her and her dogs. I mean, that's wonderful because I love the Boston Terriers. I have a grand dog like that. And so, you have that connection then.
Right.
And so it's fantastic.
Yeah. And speaking of dogs, I mean, we just went to California. We stayed in a hotel that's dog friendly. You bring your dog into the restaurant.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, and now the way they get around that is the restaurant's all open. So, of course, they have a canopy over it, but it's so comfortable. They have heaters. They have it was, and so our little puppies are sitting there on the little, they bring a little couch for the puppies, right? And a dog. And yes, and they bring water. And my puppies are sitting looking at this huge Labradoodle. I've never seen such a huge, and they're like looking at each other all through dinner, right? Amber was the Labradoodle's name. And of course, Bea and Rocky were there and they were just having, nobody got out of hand. Most dogs are very well trained. Yeah, it was fun. They met George. George was another Boston Terrier they met. And, and people, you connect with people. And that was my point. You can connect with people through animals if you don't, we have no kids. So connect with people through animals, our babies.
Oh,
great point. But there's lots of business out there. And like I said, Driggs Title, we're here. I hope people, utilize us. Don't forget about the attorney factor because that can come into play, especially in today's market. And again, even if you have an escrow somewhere else and you need something, we are here for
Yep.
agents and lenders, So
that's how you build a business.
Just reach out. We're always here.
No, fantastic.
Any day.
Yeah. Loni, I'm very surprised at how well this show went. When Ruth told me that another title marketing rep was coming on the show, I was like,
oh boy,
hopefully it's going to go well. But no, it's some tremendous information and services here that Driggs Title that offers that I didn't even know. This concierge service is great. I mean,
it really is.
Thinking
and,
about,
anybody that wants to come and take a look at it and see it, I'd be happy, reach out to me and I'll meet you and we'll show you. And we're excited for our second location to open on Sunset in Durango, the concierge service part of it. Just to let you know, our locations, we have one on 95 and Ann up north. We have one in Summerlin off of Town Center Circle by Summerlin Hospital, Sahara and Buffalo, Sunset and Durango. And then we have the one in Green Valley, Boulder City, Mesquite. So in the 4 years that I've been here, we went from 2 offices now to 7 locations.
Wow.
And
You guys have one off 95 and Ann too, right?
Yep, right off 95 and Ann, yep. So Kyle Wallace, again, our state manager, and Lindsay's my sales manager, have done a tremendous job guiding the ship here.
No, fantastic. Well, fantastic.
guys.
Yeah, thank you again, Loni.
Yes,
for coming on the show today and being prepared and on time and ready to go and actually providing information that was not only valuable but also interesting and fun. So we got to have you back.
Thank you guys, and thank you, Ruth, for inviting me on, and thank you for all you do for everybody. You're amazing.
Well, it's funny because Max, I have been trying to get Loni on this show for I don't know how many.
Long time.
Yeah, a long time. But
I'm always gone.
Yeah, you're always gone on Saturday morning. You're doing something, which is fun. I'm so happy that you're doing that, going on cruises, going on vacations, going to Arizona to see your kids, your family. But thank you so much for.
Thank you.
We finally did it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It was worth every minute of it.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And to anybody listening, I'm here. And whatever day of the week it is, whatever time, just send me a text is really an easy way, because that way if I'm in an appointment or out doing something, I'll call you back.
And aren't you going to be our sponsor on our class?
Monday.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll be there. I love coming there. Your classes are awesome.
And hopefully you get some business out of there, right?
I do. The agents that are there are tremendous. And every time I come, I'm getting people, even when I took the class on Thursday, not as a sponsor, I had 3 people come up to me.
Yes.
So it was very nice. So thank you very much.
And I love that we constantly have new people in front of you.
Yes,
It's not like going to an office meeting where you see the same crew all the time.
Absolutely.
We have agents from all across the valley, all different brokerages, and they all love you. They love, let's see, Monday we're from 2 to 5. You're going to bring wine and probably cheese and crackers and other goodies. Yeah,
I am. I got other treats in that. I got my roulette wheel now too, so we can do a roulette game.
Yeah, we make learning fun.
I have my hula hoop.
Oh gosh.
I'm bringing it in, Ruth. We're gonna.
All right. Well, that's fun. Right. That's fun. And so we have a CE class on Monday. It's for brokers and agents, even though it's called broker management. That's what the division calls it. But agents get general credits as well as brokers. And brokers have to take it, actually. It's one of the required brokerage courses. And it's called Pay or Pay Attention. And it's a lot of fun. Jimmy Dague makes it a lot of fun. He does. Yeah, and we just have a good time.
They are fun. I love it coming there.
Oh, good. Well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in this weekend.
Have a good
day, everybody.
On Monday, and then we will see me next weekend. Thank you again, Loni, for coming on the show.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, you guys. Bye. See you Monday.
See you Monday. Jimmy will be on my show on Monday as well as on my class. So
perfect.
Cool.
Thanks,
we always
guys.
Love Jimmy.
Me too.